once you decide to go to the government school, some of the schools don't allow at all. You see, I mentioned that it differs from one school to the other. So know where you want to go. This is the school. These are our rules. It is either you come here to follow or you don't come.
Indeed, with so much pleasure that we are coming to you from our studios here at Onekingmultimedia. My name is Hetty. You can also call me Hettylicious. And once again, we are coming to you inside your beautiful homes with amazing things. And so kindly subscribe to our socials at Onekingmultimedia. And the show is proudly sponsored by Oneking Mineral Water. Pick our numbers on the screen. Contact us. Let's do business while we give you a taste of royalty when it comes to drinking water. Welcome to the Big Plate. Over here we have interesting conversations on topics for the interests of the general public. And joining me in the studios to stir affairs, I have Kofi Ansa here with me. I have Shanzi joining us and also Cristero with me in the studios. Moving straight to our topic on Big Plate, we are taking a look at some infamous colonial practices and their effect on self-esteem. A critical case of the Ghanaian girl child keeping a short hair as mandatory requirement for school-going age. Is it really necessary? What good does it do? What bad does it do? We'll take a look at all of that. And so let's quickly jump into the conversation. Kofi Ansa, let's look at the cultural, highlights on a little, school-going age girl child cutting her hair. Like what culture link does it have with this?
Look, sometimes in my chromady, you pay your force my DB but onto them. Make up at time I did them rule better like them government schools and when you want it to. I think I'm more primary 2 was saying fam. No ye or ye de what the baba because intimate can't be there. I would I and find to fabra. I would I yenti so a discrimination into them they are ubi and unit because to be frank na even more young con. I should be now a debate word drug to do. Can you see a best eye? But to be a binti or don't see be. But most times I say ebia obi pedo ye movie be no the sell and culture na say ehwe etin na waye na wo pedo watch obi bi e bo na den times no na wonsu so wutilo nti basically obekire de nansenya ma asesa eno ye mesafo nkotin sometimes ehwe mesafo no aked why the one wonsu so woni ti ogbo ni ti rank obey because yakopon post be say wutin na we quote bible wadamo. The truth is, me enforce the end of because then times today my the movie be mono. So why you movie up what the portray and culture and even outsiders in pool, them was made in the movie Emancipation. Say a haircut away. What better watch all day? Then times no one yet the mad in pool, my na Chris why no one ye be. No why they afro some way been away. But sister Yamana assassin to you miss our phone cutting. But ain't me blame will be sometimes na ya ton culture na ya cafe binimu ya adopt binimu one day na da be hye na day first na yentide na nde so masanyama resesa because say e feel there okay ajo fan wouldn't nyemebu o enya the master boy na mempedam beka because found in NJ the independent or the end keku yenye country be beti market the Ghana na what can beyond aid no nse yen humorisi what can beyond aid no you humorisi etim ka jebo say what change the one day one ministers no be one for day sanye bo we prolonged process na about chan sana one saka but onto them since yentim nke de tete ya mo bi the young culture na ya no so culture no dynamic na odu baby anyama besesa right now say private schools and one more bonus say betima afford them oban ko no ko bonus and so by force But government school watch and the day no way because I know it's an American no kwala sebi wa wana war government school no yentim fa one parent no fa compare I don't know how private school no because fees are worth you one or children the sebi wa kakra one in Simpson I am mamuf no wadi but if you win over the same government school won't there sebi kakra one is with more than no salon mo way any day way anything fine or pedal no so no banu boniti ebi I went to my for them yam in also mon fa man chechiri biara from ngudo e de boko ne be unde adena akwe samwe pam no twam no obi anyi de that wasn't because broni bi no de ne coach bi abenye no mu de yenye because time we did the member no be that was the reason wan kede e bia ye keja IMF loan bi ma wase dem de government school mesiafo obi anyi ni man te dem asem no da atma senti onye obi ne coach na yaka adopt na da ba hye ni dim sometimes ye too emotional on sembe wonti bibia na ya to yen coach egu na yaka fo bi na mamre na ye da ba yede na yaka fo bi na mamre na ye da ba hye ni yin obi na mamre na yakofa ya da ye na ye da bobo yen ho because we say simple na dem mbona wan nam trim say we ada asesa we ada asesa because some ointment another cream beard be yotim wobo then times no nkuto na wode en e bia no on of reference one atma sisi yen ma asesa ntientam but then times no wodoson dem de atwa no ho nto afra ba twa no ho nto a iye obi no culture
Cristero, some people feel that it's a colonial attempt to erase cultural identity and traditional hairstyles that were an integral part of African heritage. So they feel that, our colonial masters, made it a deliberate effort just to wipe away our African heritage. That is why they brought out the whole thing, cut your hair and then go to school.
So an account I read, seemed to suggest that, you see, during the colonial days, some Ghanaian parents were rich enough to send their girl child to the castle schools. And these castle schools were being attended by the white as well. And then the mixed breed. So in order to distinguish the black girls from the mixed breed or from the white girls, the black girls were made to cut their hair. Yes, and this is somewhere in the 1960s. So the black girls were made to, and they realized that the hair of the black girl is so precious to the black man. So the white didn't want that situation where the white woman or the mixed breed will be in the same status with the black girls. So the black girls were made to cut their hair. According to an account I was reading. I don't know if that source, is anything to go by, but this is, and several accounts narrate the same story. You understand? So I think that if you dot your I's, put things together, you think of it. So what is the relevance? What is its relevance? Why are girls, cutting down their hair? Now let's look at it from the school setting. You are in SHS, you are in a boarding house. Now you do your hair, or you have an extension, hair extension. For how long can you afford to pay for these extensions? You are in the boarding house. Now you would always have to trim make the hair, make it nice. Do the hair very nice. When are you going to be doing that? You would have to go out to do this. See a hairdresser.
Spend time out there.
It's also costly. It's costly. You put a burden on your parents as well. So to avoid all of these and to make things uniform, then everyone cuts their hair. Yes, everyone cuts their hair to make everything, look uniform. To avoid cost. If you cut your hair, it's cheaper. So once you are done with school and you are working and you think you can afford an extension, then you do that on your own. You understand? Or maybe at that point in time you have luxury of time to want to go sit somewhere, I mean, just imagine going to class in the morning. You have to sit behind or in front of the mirror, doing the hair this way and blah, 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 before you go to class. The teacher will be in class by 6:30.
You'll be dressing your hair.
Yeah, you'll be doing your hair and all of that. So for me, to avoid all of these things,
Cut your hair.
Cut your hair. So all you need is a comb. You understand?
No,
all you need is a comb.
You find them in the chance with the same class. No chance it's a minimum. I had a style in the minimum.
But
I block minimum.
yes, I also think that it is something we have to look at again. You see, this is not. It's not a rule. It's not a rule in GS. This hair thing is not a rule in GS. It is a norm. It is not a rule. We have to look at it again. How about girls not having an extension of their hair, but the natural hair? How about leaving it to grow?
Okay, I think
that also look beautiful.
I think we would come into that. Let me quickly come to Shanzi. So some people feel that the preference for short hair may have been a strategy to force African children to conform to European standard of appearance, undermining their sense of cultural belonging, just as I touched on earlier to Christero. So some feel that cutting your hair is a way of, accepting European standards of appearance. Okay, since my colonial leaders are the ones making rules and regulations for us, when I cut my hair, it means I've accepted and, I conform to their beliefs and everything. And in a way, I have, wiped away my sense of cultural belonging, because with us, and all of these things. Now, my colonial masters say they don't want. So for me to appear obedient to their rules and regulations, I need to do the things they want. I think maybe that is why people ended up cutting their hair. So Shanzi, what's your thoughts on that one?
Well, before I go to the question you just asked, let me disagree with Chris on what he said, because
I said so many things. Which one of them?
I said Mekasa.
I would say on
what he said. I'm now coming to
the specifics.
So Chris Kasano say ba be school na fe na ba be CSA utiri ho be take time this animal. So I can't remember when we used to actually braid our hair to school. There were specific styles that you were supposed to do. Certain styles are not allowed in school. For instance, like this, I don't think it will be allowed in school. Weave-ons, ponytails, like what you've done, I don't think it will be. So one hairstyle that was actually prescribed was cornrow. Neat one, short one, kama, na, edeko. So with that one, I know. And so when you tell me that it is time wasting and able with I feel never be saying who never teach with never show with him never I don't think that is the case. And even in SHS, he also says something that you have to leave school, go out and go and braid your hair and all that. Even in SHS, we have barbers in their school. So same way we have barbers in the school, we can have people that braid hair in the school or hairdressers in the school where you can go to them and then get your hair done and you're good to go. So with that one, I don't think I will side with him because Ninja don't know Krampono or is shaky. Well, coming to what you asked, I don't know for sure if colonial masters no work they studies. So I don't for that one I don't know. So unless I stand to be corrected, they were the one that
there were
actually
times where that was how to differentiate between the whites and then the blacks.
So you have to cut down your hair.
Yes.
But I don't think it will be quarter like Cecilia de way.
It will be trout here, manako form like a school girl.
Normal.
Yes.
But in the eco school, be say about you would say na shoot him penye him punso. Or you crash some. It's who be say, but you can't differentiate between a girl and then a boy. It is really bad. Me, I don't second that. Say nipa kono be school na senanka sano when is called bobo niti. Or this car. We have prescribed hair for school. It's them are making. Into action, them why the mother no. Oh, this car fine. But if the person feel like, oh, I mean, a waste of time. In the corner, what dying? Corner, why because watch you die 20 cedis. Watch you die. And you know, if feel that some parents can't afford this, you think 20 cedis is a problem for even some of the students are okay with this. They can even pay their own bills when it comes to the hair. You understand? And you know, the may ain't by force and that we so what echo so what more to me care what to me wa. Sister, otumitim.
Stubborn academy. You.
Hey, otumitim mo komitina say.
Now you're showing
Me and sure or there me sweat. Sister, na male shemi ti bodan for them dey sweater. Ehu me ehwe mo nhwe.
Just so tin yefe.
Ehwe mo nhwe.
David, just so ti duane yefe.
Yeah, no.
Your honor, escape that.
You understand? It's mobility pa na one way to sweat for school. All because of what? I want to understand the whole thing. Because of what?
Because of why?
Why is why? Because I don't get it.
Because of why?
The way what pressure. The men, for men, yes, you have to cut your hair. That one, it's normal.
Why that one is normal?
Because men are supposed to be for bones.
You can still leave your hair to grow like that.
Yeah, but today, birthday out na haniti. SHS won't allow them adi. Do you know that? Do you know that you are a teacher? Don't come and ask them when you You are aware. Like this haircut, it won't be allowed in SHS. We have to do something. Even yours to come school boy on put out boss him. So they trevina and with a sweat and kasa. I mean who then yancy be if you ask me.
Nice one. Let's move on. So will you agree with me that enforcing short styles or on African children can have detrimental effect to their self-esteem, body image, and overall psychological well-being? Or shakwala so trinity akwala wa sweat and all that.
Ebenya sister. Ebenya make us make school ya omuyi mitia. My child requirement because I feel I say on mashem I say min belonge I say me why me hot time me de beba ndomu ohun sa de no because oba de sister oba de ye dey at least ye be here ti de but yes say de omo keka say ye ye de omo share say ye also teacher could be what now misu when you but what university start up the way but wetin mo aye yet I say but when I was the me you sweat oma in your low self-esteem as a woman and that is true.
I remember back in school I was part of there are these people unity or eye problem. There are people yes. I remember I used to be a part of that and then my class teacher knew my house mistress SSA, house to house and all that. My teacher knew this is it for her. So I normally, those days we call it California. And we so just to protect you from the sun rays and your eye. When I go to the salon and you touch my hair for like 10 minutes, maybe my eyes look puffy. That's a little thing I have. And I remember growing up that time, there were rules. If you don't want to cut your hair, or if you want to leave it bushy, you come with doctor's notes. That's only say you need from this and this and that. And some schools even overlook that prescription because people abused it, of course. People felt, we're just taking advantage of that. So there was a time after basketball training, I was coming for, assembly. And then the teacher spots me and drives scissors throughout my hair. Throughout my hair. And the only choice I had was to go to Kujukrum, go and trim my hair down. You couldn't even see hair on my head.
Can you imagine this?
I come to school, and in 2 days, you can't recognize me. My whole face was swollen. And that was when I realized, okay, so there's a problem. And it became a whole issue. And that particular teacher had issues because he has done it with other people. Why do some schools overlook some details like students come with orders?
As the teacher,
I'm bringing it to your lifestyle.
My teacher,
is it because you feel you need to go according to rules that makes you a teacher?
Useless rules.
A short one on that one.
I have mentioned that I have not seen any rule like that from GS.
So it's not in the rule that you have to. So how about the punking students? Is it in the rule?
You see. I haven't. It's from one school to the other.
But GS rule.
It's not
GS rule cuts across.
Some schools allow.
No, listen to what I'm saying. GS rules.
Yes, they
cut across.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that is what I'm saying, that I've not seen in the books of GS as this being a rule. You understand? So it differs from one school to the other. Some schools allow. I know a school where once the student gets to Form 3, the headmaster will tell you that allow them to grow their hair. Nobody should touch their hair with a scissor. A school, a headmaster of a school, he agrees with students leaving their hair, especially those in Form 3, leaving their hair to grow. And in your case, it was for health-related issues. So the teacher should have understood the fact that it was for health reasons that you have left your hair to grow. So that was just negligence on the side of the teacher. You cannot generalize the situation with this one, your situation. You cannot generalize the whole thing with this, your situation. You understand? So I think that it's a way of making things and maintaining some order. You know, things should be uniform across the school campus. You can allow some people to grow their hair or do their hair, and others will be walking. I mean, it brings that kind of, disparity. And so I'm sure it's just a way of trying to clamp down on some of these things. But I still think that if the person is not doing hair extension and then the person is growing her hair, the student girl growing her own hair, natural hair, I don't think there should be anything wrong with it.
Okay,
yes, that's my stand.
I don't think there should be anything wrong with this. Kofi Ansah, so in recent years, there's been a growing movement across, Africans to reclaim and celebrate the beauty and diversity of traditional African hairstyles, challenging the colonial legacy. So we now see some schools where the boys can even grow dreadlocks. Girls can braid their hair just as Shanzi's hair, neat pony, school standard hairstyles and all that. Should this thing be improved? Like, should it cut across even to government schools? Girls should be allowed to celebrate the beauty of themselves.
You see, quick one, I'm touch Christian. Christian has some work as this one. There's some teachers who abuse one powers. Because on Yambra, why they lead them? Anyhow.
Yeah.
Why? You're sure that Chris be why be there
No. A bad thing, your mommy say, I don't even have that time. Say me call around my first Caesars. Now me she share amount 14, me to 2 amount 14. Yeah, I don't have that time. That kind of time I don't have it.
Okay. That aside, because today the question be some say or your money power. You know that shall say make the your private schools be
they allow these things
into what money power. It's not about the effort at general public na was okay say pede you go against the member and other one and or you obi okita ni scan because me dey be at school A we know for the na 1 year hwe na mo miss can beti me to fees number beti ma for them mamba na akọ because minim dey be at that would dey ebia nipa kono for health issues in see dey obeya ba teacher bi so beya wotu because like why the school now some teachers go like wapeda wa army dey botwam ebeya exams dey botwam more than 50 like or the work one no dey new student went to pass in the exams. Meanwhile your teachers boss a new student went to pass in the exams. So the way I'm the child why they went to pass in the exams. But teacher got work one army 15 per day. To the man teach na them girl on nam school day especially when there's o mama and papa who position keke bia why the papa na ma dey nte buchwe no dey nam school day obeya why am a problem aba meanwhile when him dey ordinary or based on health issues into obeya nti na dem no empeda obaboko set situation mu no ma say wo sika fanoko because say you say na say private schools baby etim susu oba ni
e boy should it be so there all the old baby I was sika and na afford baby e be oba ni hwefua especially Messi afọ
mama nka sam bincho Ghana ade na ewo no nyo bia na obeye nie sometimes me or throw them question but mama like on a normal day we expect yanka the mad no ye or the way any day I don't know what's now when him done yet masa nyawo na be ye ni me say you ask kakra na wa aka no mo bottle na order you na mo miska baby sometimes some mpeda mbobo supermarket na otakwa dey there edu on doma baby make the some boko akoto ebia nsu park one day no ye or ye one cedi wade na mboko ade no ye 4 cedi just 3 cedis no that mboko there mbuko ma acquire line motor be 57 just because of one pack of what and see me ye into wo ska nyeme bu ho
choose comfort
sika stop nkwasa sambio sabi say stop nkwasa sambio dem baba school etutu ni abada we fu kakra because dem make dem California obe ehun some young girls be what yard no ya akono po keke.
Hey brother,
we need to school of farmers.
Hey brother,
we need to school of farmers. You go get
Hey, because even more why you mad than ya kono. Atmasa. Into Obanedama. Obispo okay say yeah he knew we fu but one shed way watch him I don't know why ya kono no. Nti am so menye bi no need we je gudu dama. What the same height into okay say not them de na. We to need him we je ko by the teacher no e dey especially no we miss afunti ope won asem na why them teacher all them school girls dey all you Cecilia all you Comfort all you Antoinette all you
hey listen now listen now boy there okay
into obane dem pam no twam now when me for me safobia in the but oni do ye dem nso te dem chance kan oni do ye dem because obi atrim ni why you identify or you need onam wa abedi bio on we fail exams na abedi.
Well, I think that going forward things will change because
going forward saying now they was starting the bar
minimum but say
forward in the
say enye achimota issue ye see ya
Tyron
need ya omo the court my resolve issue ya castle still they should be in sanka ye be pam omo nti say I don't think say anybody in dreadlocks beko school home ya pam no you understand.
No, or come out full.
No, what I mean is now it has happened.
Someone may not have a loud voice like
it has. This one has been so. This space has now been created. Into Obianiwa next time, Obianiwa wire dreadlocks or co school uncle because of this first experience.
Maybe it will be in Achimota alone, but there are some remote schools where
Achimota be one.
Yes,
say the whole Ghana school will be at here. Me where I was minim oba why dreadlocks they didn't sack me on one every school no later I realized she had given birth I found out that she had given birth until the Amba school
some I had to get you yes ebia Tyron and why watching more and this and why out the why you bring to bet my other schools ebia obi kwa went me ye and pako no only that time and resource not the book of courts wake back and forth and want them they okay mamunko yin the man amonko Atmasa
I get you
nta eno nko fo nkasa asama wo I can't say
me post to be our baby
let's take a look at they say talk to your people
talk to your people
na ino studios mu kra be kan
talk to your people let my men go. Now let's look at the health and hygiene consideration. So while short hair may be easier to maintain, it is essential to examine whether this practice is truly driven by health and hygiene concerns or rooted in colonial era biases. Shazi, you're a woman. Days where you used to cut your hair, all you need is shower, you are done. You can feel that indeed your hair is neat. Compared to the days now that you do your hair. Some feel that, it will attract dirt, a few will move and all of that stuff. So, to be on the safer side, let my daughter cut her hair, go to school to avoid these ehua and then all these things. Do you think that the decision for a health and hygiene rooted, or just the same old primitive idea that even colonial masters are saying we should cut our hair, so be it?
It will even surprise you to know that the reason why they are asking us to cut our hair, like they don't even have any tangible reason asking us to cut our hair. You go to these schools and ask them, they wouldn't even have anything, that strong to actually defend their decision. For girls, I'm really particular with the girls because in here, I say a man said on what they and remember the trust sweater normal. By a man, what I say, I don't think so. Because obi owa we trinity e wo form but still e ho awom e ho ane de enfa ho se wo bo wuti ana se wo yi wuti se ho awoti me wo trim ana se wo bo wuti a wo betime treat na kama emu enkoye basa. You understand? And tina eno na mfa ho say nipa ko me kai time na me school a ne ye na ye yeti. Utimi hu be ma pa potrimu a. Sister, obi obo ni ti be say 9 months kra ni ti mu yesa. Be mu fi na mu ba wo bisa say ade wo dware a. Baby. Hey, na nyo. Ni ti minim say ya so san hwe aguma na so da ya be for san hwe agumu. Minim. De bia ni trimu but oyobi a everyday bia so e be ma o dware o be dware ni tim. So why? You understand? So if you are going to keep your hair clean, you're going to do it. It doesn't matter whether your hair is that bushy or it is on a low cut, you understand? So, sa drain away your trimu, and it's an man, you feel free to send people, bet me afford dear. And I make us your prescribed hair for school. Ewo hono, monsha se obey nesa. Because, sisi as it stands now, no, a dear in ponti, and I am say a money, you much, that is a million and baffy, or SHS or baffy, and I just a mission and him cranche. Oko school so sa we yi ni ti say kate hey ana emo je dey pa na mo hwe wo mai ho you understand wo hwe na nim kwa won't me recognize kwa DS for it won't me recognize kwa mpo say onu ni it is really bad. We are not saying say bia emo mu yomuti but one kasa reason time mo say mo yomuti na ne den ana too say nipa ko no ye oba mo consider say nipa ye oba. What you say? Yes, a more chanya say, Obu Aqua Kakakra will real school crampono. I got there, yo. Why can we SHS 9 him know at least every woman names neighbor baby square we are born, or may you would see. Now, bet they fear for some time, bear months, and so would know sounds way far area than arable. And see, it's not yet, but I have one you're looking nice. No, oh, no, I want a year one day. Sikana, I say, no, oh, no, I want a year more hinder. No, you think about it and you don't get the
so
whole.
It just has nothing to do with hygiene.
Oh, wow. Hygiene, yeah,
Cristero, let's look at educational implications. So, the enforcement of short hair in schools can create barriers to education as it may prevent African children from fully expressing their cultural identity and personal preference. Do you assent to this one?
I don't think so. I feel that, you know, once you decide to go to school, you know the current situation now. So before you even go to school, what you new mind towards that. And it's not like you are allowed to do your hair or to have an extension at the basic school level, and then when you go to the SHS, it changes. No. It just runs through from basic through to the SHS. So you know this already.
Yeah, that one it depends.
You understand?
It depends on the school you go.
So
for government school and the basic.
I understand. That is why we made mention of the fact that there are private schools. With me, of course, Hwan international schools in the BL. They'll be to me IoT from primary school through to wherever. Or Momo run it, Cambridge, and then Asafon. They can go there. They allow you to do that. And even some of the other private SHS, you know, they allow you to do some of these things. But once you decide to go to the government school, some of the schools don't allow at all. You know, you see, I mentioned that it differs from one school to the other. So know where you want to go. This is the school. These are our rules. It is either you come here to follow or you don't come. So we should understand it from that perspective. But I as I mentioned earlier, I think that with time things will change. We are still growing. I mean, it's been long, yes, it's been long. But you see, democracy, no, you do some pen. So we have not understood some things. So I am sure that it will get to a point where some of these things will change. Do you know that in some schools, as I speak to you right now, in some schools, during entertainment hours, you dare play, your friend is saying, secular music. You have to play gospel music throughout. I tell you, some schools, some SHS here in Ghana, secular tuners. I mean, names are from some fool. Maybe can promises terminate. Listen to the lyrics of that song. Is it bad? It's not bad, but you cannot play it there. I mean, names are from some form of school. But I know that with time, some of these things will change. We are still in that process. Things will change. So let's hold on. I mean, things will be better. So Shansi, let's keep it real. I mean, let's keep it cool. Things, I mean, this hair
he
thing
believes
I'm talking about, it will change.
that
Things
things
will-
Yeah, I
will
want to
get
chip in something here. When he said some schools will allow you to actually braid your hair and all that. Into your no sankrofo no more hygiene here and
Eh, here
you
or
understand?
no,
No,
but-
no, I get it.
Okay.
Make us what they all
Yeah.
kind of no, but me just a question will be something.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Into sankrofo when no more need any reason. I'm American. Into that should be any baby. Hygiene no person we would see kama. If you know person we come over and kama.
Now, let's look at the economic opportunities that comes with this. Kofi Ansah, the promotion of traditional African hairstyle can create economic opportunities for local hairstylists, product manufacturers and small businesses contributing to the empowerment of African communities. Now, people, they feel that Akolani Boniti are hairstylists, so many ska. Those who manufacture these, what do you call it? These creams and solutions and all these things for hair growth and all, they also get their money. In one way or the other, it is promoting our economic growth. Do you feel that if all children of school-going age are to do their hair, it would bring a spike or a growth in the hair business industry, saloon people do also benefit, and so we should encourage the practice of people doing their hair.
And I'm fact in the intimate deny because it's a baby and basically boom economy no. In terms of the intimate deny, but even the chance to make this submission first one okay the time schools and like more option they be out them con rule the bit mabo and yen bebre no kwa there and say all question be say may you are no direct me pedem but the thing is guys through since a problem not that remain for I mean chow be some school na some rich na say monum soaking sa me ba outer like me use ko me feel there or ya di be a time mon rich man na me yeden midi since a million squad am so me jollof na akoko bi na mendi atmasa more reason why e be na say ko post be say wa bokun na ekede dem style your shop e wa bakere stingy
Oh, no problem.
yes dem me we no tutum na say wa mo waje kon robo school no like what best say some or that mentality that she myself on admit when here why SHS na ye da mad no enye fu school dem style no ye for ehia for na on reach one way inte no boy a obedo no so koto dem Brazil fu ehwi ni bi okun tentini bi na
Going straight.
yes thank you opa inte say like no that be on ye inte sister wama and aside of them me funumpo wama pressure bedda me safon and say be say na say the madden panko why ko fu me safon okay like she no won't na the madden no into ono so say Peruvian hair you say abeda ono so pedo she bi into kwan bi obofado a obenye bi no obofado meanwhile na ba na we face chess on start do ali adwuma mpo into am so mam nke dem na saying what's be 1,000 adi you know ana
10,000. 10,000,
Look at this.
25,000, 30,000.
Nti say besa baby rehwe yen sisa no wu de bia heti otna ade ana o yen senior woman otna ade onche bia obotu kwana akọ eyi obofu plane wo tu kwani atmasa
Yeah.
we do some standard bi no le yedam ade no ba na efi SHS aba now because they be say we allowed them ade na ke bia we SHS no konro na ade na ebogba nti efi wo no aye wa adwen de okay the mad na apon nti samson medru baby a awon wo yu school no ehwi na wo hye no ma me hye het ni di bi ma me hye chance ni di e bi nso endru ho then na to 10,000
How's the thing?
or a plot of land and or abedi
So you won't buy it?
some ye be sent them question me be
No, so if your wife
me
wants
pa
you
tell them
to
ye be sent
no, if your wife
me mama kasem
no. So imagine your wife gets back from the market and tells you,
number one
honey.
to be like mondo like upper quality stuff
No, listen to what I'm saying. You have a joint account with your wife, or maybe Oye will
them joint like me ye big da
or Oye will your wife has some money on her, right? And then she comes back home in the conversation, oh honey, you know, today I even bought this hair. Oh, how much is it? 20,000. What will be your reaction?
the 20,000 maybe.
I don't answer me. So how?
Dabi. My mom can't send me now.
No, so you want to tell me that you are never ever going to buy a hair that price for a woman?
Mama Chawadi, Mama
Chawadi. I ask you a question. I don't need explanation.
Men Chuman Sibon, Mama Chawadi.
Talk to me direct.
I don't
want you to go through the comments. So answer me. You will not buy a hair worth that price for a woman? You feel buying a hair worth 10,000, 20,000 like it's nonsense?
Kofi answer.
It's nonsense.
Any asase, any dan, any car, any start business. Na e told me 10,000 maybe say Jim.
Straight up. Metina de heti. Essence say if you come back about 20,000 back at na make it. Na I would you man out.
It's your money.
Damn miss cannot that photo. Right,
it's your money.
That's a joint account.
No, it's not joint account. Say you will tell me what the whole.
Okay, that's the misco and one on.
So what will you do? We sack it from the house. You know, count the person.
Misco and some misco or time some bed misca.
She had to buy the problem. She had to buy the hair.
I am a the madam be a problem.
Why you jail hair?
Dab. And be a problem. Look, I do a man and be a man. Some Mr. Taz will open the yard and bomb money unless they are the hair tissues. They be
not the
KBBL hospital. My
on KBBL say. Everyone will need finance.
Now, move powder man come before.
When you know was she like that?
No way. Near Sagi.
Maybe I'm a child. And then I'm a better than myself again. And then I'm going to get bleeding. Come on. No, the same thing.
The same thing. How
I was talking stage.
No, my channel. As someone come into me, come everybody. But the best said, I will be earning the Sabi, who will be baby. Who will be baby. Se nipa kuna no way a onim de dam na situation it obi am no wa woded but entimin keye the madden wo baby notch na bi emfa holo no mfa mbot wode obi nka tu sika mfa nka yon ho ade kese no nipa kuna wanya academy info wa abasi se wo kire won atmasa nti se amna ma no wa wo na minim de masa yawo your proceedable we fa dan yema na nkofu bebe wa so won ye bibi e but so
anyways I think that's
entimin get a risk 20,000 that ko to me wait me the mad no
ebesu
that's so you haven't get no that
my mencho wadi besia fella na medical fella na medical and then medical ni video not sign or that chef fella ni business name
I think about
$30,000
is that. No, it's $300,000. Yeah, $300,000.
Now, at least what shows one power giant. What show one power giant. In the market, you know, there was a sometimes a soft in pardon, I say a soul at once, a timber from April and the BBI, the soul at Snow Cra and Sana as them 3 minutes near the button. For no bear 2 minutes, bear 30 seconds, first room is a fan Sana the 30 seconds.
Cristero,
because Michado. And as like a better agro but to be bare. And in the way, Obu or not say like who score on the
what that
it's me and fan agro like who couldn't score if you or your boy or you couldn't say bet me die.
But the two shall become one.
Yeah, two shall become one.
Two shall become one.
Two shall become one. Catch
a professional. But my from
I'm bet you. I'm bet you'll be graphic.
Okay, yeah, let's wrap up with your final comments on the big plate conversation. GS Rip.
So, culturally, I think that when in our society, when a girl has not done her hair, when a girl cuts her hair, it also represents the fact that I mean, she's not of age. This is one thing, that is also in our society, in the community. When a girl cuts her hair or leaves her hair low, it signifies that she is not of age. Then all eyes will be on her. When you say, hey, what shall I say? They say, when you know, and all of that, those comments come in. And so we should know how to deal with these situations. I think that I have mentioned that, things will change with time, but it will take a bit of time. It will take so and with the economic thing that you were talking about, you see, whether girls leave their hair, cut their hair low or do their hair, still the economy will boom. In the sense that, say, and a barber shop on so barber shop he also needs money. And I remember there be a man also they will make some money. You understand? Unless you are telling me that because they are not buying the Peruvian hair and the Brazilian hair and the one you mentioned, and there's no money in the system. I mean, the likes of yourself can buy those types. You understand? And they can still visit the barber shop to get their hair cut. I mean, very beautiful ones. So these are some of the things. We should look at the positives out of it. Of course, there are negatives to it, especially those who leave their hair on the basis of health issues. Those are the ones that we can talk about. And it's not totally say assistance now. Sometimes I mean they know how to go about some of these things. So let's give it time. I know with time things will change.
Let's give it time. I know with time things will change. Shanzi, your final comments on the conversation for today.
Okay, so since we started this conversation, I've actually stand on my ground saying that this low haircut for ladies or girls is something that I don't really second. So I'm actually wishing and praying that this low mindset of ours will change, and then these girls will be free. Because besiaba school na teacher need to team abadani team here fu na besiaba ne nyonyam ni team hin at least ema osuso krampo na in dem abenyibo suso oniti na besiaba ne nyima a chichirebo da ma na odanam ho onye fine nti no da menya mani na no wo ma yenhwe na onye yi but besiafo no so pona woni menyansa na wo so la woni won hwe but what enema akasa wo de won ho just to be in competition no so no one start wo suanyansa besiana say you are demanding money just to look good and be in competition with other ladies. I feel you have to visit the rehab and get treatment there.
I feel with that one is I feel they are all personal decisions.
Which ones?
Like
some advice.
Interesting one. Kofi answer your final comments on today's.
I'm back kind of because in a way, no, economy needs to work at the one because though barbering salons now do around was so did but see, I'm finding the same myself. We just one more wire. At the time of fee SHS now, actually be up extension at the one important be an bottle. So basically, economy boom more than today. Your cost salon 20 cities now 30 cities on. But my point is still do. Ghana nanka se yenji yamfa wodi ni wieu. However, me na adwon da na wo ye ni binim na wala because today man na crazy record there already from baby na wo pede wo distinguish bibi funo heritage na be popular actress bi Hollywood.
Taraji P. Henson.
Sound pode tuntum mpe broni. Lady or Black Widow offended. You find the heritage na dey. Scarlett Johansson.
Abade. Oh, you for Scarlett now.
Scarlett jina heritage na.
Aba some shit.
Inti enwude yiye bibini enwude yiye broni chido suso ne tiri ansana. Me, them sometimes I'm unbelievable. Them they
were looking at also mixed breed before no.
Oh, my bad.
And
my bad.
Obo ha onye mixed breed o, but say you wo obo ha oye kokopa ye nuanom sebe from
benyim de obi oye kokopa oye bibini na bronyi jan asem
enye broni asem mixed breed for no
mixed breed so wana
broni kakra bibini kakra
na ma say obi oye kokopa oye bibini oye white bronyi so gina
but wo gina why be difference
bibini difference no
one at a time Kofi Ansah run up your points, let's go.
Basically them stories sometimes I meet to because my mom fan now the journal scarlet journal
I secret some continue
okay
but chance na san work and one fan is serious won't tell you men you why do they fear SHS now because they one more chance man them you meant about pede compete with obia and why was because why do be fear SHS aber like what be fresh no how compete or you unfair
except there or means no
e be disrespect to our head net now because hard work out me
Debbie I don't mean no
Shanzi Pacho why your final comment
hard work or that hard work or that shame no we do no emi be obetimu ato awenti mu
em that young girl be so we say obetimu ato here
Shanzi manen kasanri owia Kofi Ansah
yeah they be make us be mix them stay men for exception in find your rule
now said that's actually a rule
exactly I don't know when ebusan for go betimu ato we 1 out of 200
except for those people
into dodo na eder kan asem no dodo na opede wo suan dodo na
Shanzi let him finish please
but won do ho internet sometimes we face chese bo hun dey sebe bro need the wo bo tent na front bi a won do ho front seat bo a endu oda et na ho o ma me no front seat na age sebe because on wa wo tre man yefun wa ye na wa man is ko an ka bibi to wa drop na at nefin wa fa wo university ni SHS liver what wa bet na front what the take away sunando just because of a 1,000 and a 2,000 should be na say Nigeria story so what say so be at it what do them sense because I mean do like near be a match will be like me the menu like yagan like me who dey adenebesi menyema employ the baby take your time
take your time. This is coming from Kofi Ansah. Thank you so much for making time to join us on the big plate. Thank you so much. Kindly subscribe to all our socials so you don't miss any of the amazing things we have coming up for you. It's been a great pleasure coming your way with a big plate. We are back same time this week.